Okay, so in this video we're going to format and calculate values. In the previous video we were using this payload with order numbers and we built upon it by making an evaluation, a filter, where we said if an order has a total that is greater than 100, then return this object with order ID and price. But let's take this a little bit further and let's make some calculations. Let's do some mathematics upon this. So what we're going to do is we are going to multiply the price by a simple number. We'll just simply multiply it by 2 for now. So let's use an asterisk and then we'll simply type in 2. Now if we hit the play button and we look at the output, you'll see that order ID 101, because it's still greater than 100 on the total, is 500. And then the second one, 104, which is the total was a greater than 100, it's 150, times 2 is 300. Okay, so let's switch it up a bit. On the left side now, I have orders again, but we've changed the data set a little bit. So now we have orders, but we have order ID 1, 2, and 3 with price of 50.25, 120.99, and 20, and we have a quantity. Now what we're going to do is we are going to set up an object with order ID and total price as keys. Total price is going to be the price of each object times its quantity so that we get the total price. So let's go ahead and set this up. So in the middle panel, we're going to start with a curly brace. We're going to hit enter. And we are going to type in order ID, because that's a key that I said I wanted. And we're just going to type in ID because that's what the reference will be. We'll do comma, hit enter, and we'll type in total price. And remember, we use camel casing, so it's always the first word is lowercase, the conjunction word is a capital, so total, capital P, price. Same thing with anytime you do an ID, it's lowercase order, capital I, and then lowercase d. And then we will simply set that one to price. And we already said we know we want it to reference quantity, so let's go ahead and put price times quantity. But the problem is we still don't have the data map reference correctly. So if we hit play right now, the output's just going to be empty. So we need to map into this array correctly. So if you remember how to do this, go ahead and do it now. But we'll type it in $dot orders dot. So now if we hit play, you will see that price will be multiplied by whatever quantity is listed in each object. So let's hit play. We get 3 outputs. We have order ID 1. It says total price is 100.5, which is correct. And then the second order is 120.99, which is correct because there's only one quantity. And then the third is set to 20 with quantity of 5. And on the output, it says total price is set to 100, which is correct. Okay, so we have numbers sitting here, but let's say that you wanted to have a dollar sign at the beginning of total price. So let's format this data. Now, how do we do that? We're going to use something called a concatenation. Concatenation is just adding additional things onto a data reference. You can concatenate anything on to any data reference as long as it's valid Jsonata or valid JSON. So we want the character $sign at the beginning, and the concatenation operator is an ampersand. So we're going to put double quotes, $, close the double quotes, ampersand, price times quantity. So this is just going to simply add this character to the beginning of each one of these elements. So let's go ahead and play. And if we look at the output, we'll now have a string instead of that blue number showing an integer or a float. So it says $, 100.5, 120.99, and 100. And that is how you concatenate or format values the way that you need. Again, you can continue to do this with anything. So if we wanted to add a suffix to this ID for some reason, let's say we wanted to add our name, we can add the ampersand, and let's say we want to add a dash, and then type in our name. So I'm going to type in Ryan, and if we hit play, you're going to see that it adds dash Ryan to every order ID. Alright, so that's formatting and calculating values. In the next video, we'll use some custom functions inside of Fuuz to alter some of the data.